My mate Deck Love It, sent me a picture the other day, and what it was a walnut whip without the walnut. And I'd heard about this about 6 months ago, but I really never really logged it in. I didn't know whether it was some kind of fake news or what. Well, Deck proved me wrong by sending me this picture of a walnut whip without the walnut. So it's a walnut. What the hell's all that about? I mean, I know Nestle own them, and are they from Switzerland? Well, stick to your cuckoo clocks and your bloody chocolate out there and leave your hands off our nuts, Mrs. and Mr. Nestle. It's not on. And I asked Deck where he got this walnut whip from. And he said his wife had got it from, his missus had got it from Home Bargains. So, jumped in the van, and I thought I would do a review on the walnut whip. 2 flavours, and you've got a traditional minty one and a delicious caramel one, in their opinion. I will start off with the minty one, the traditional one. I've done a bit of research on this, and apparently Nestle will provide us all with the option of a walnut whip at Christmas. That's very, very good of them. So, when I was a kid, many years ago, like probably quite a few of you people who do watch these, I'm sure they were bigger than that. That's what, 2 inches big, 2 inches, inch and 3/4. I'm sure they were bigger than that. There's a TV program there. They're doing these back in time for tea, and back in time for the factory, and back in what it is, and back even further. Why don't they do back in time for checking the size of chocolate and crisp packets when there was in the 70s? Anyway, I would gather that Nestle have taken the nut off the top because of people with nut allergies. I don't know the percentage of people with a nut allergy. I really should have looked it up. And it seems, I don't know, I don't know. I know, don't get me wrong, I know nut allergies, I've got a bloody thing in my hand. I know nut allergies are a serious thing, and people can die from them and all that kind of thing. But a lot of people with nut allergies have actually made it to the year 2018. The human race has got this far with, a bit of common sense. And we don't need people taking the options of a walnut on a walnut whip away from us. I would have thought anybody with a nut allergy would, get the clue from the title of walnut whip. Now, are they going to sit there and think, has that got a nut in it? Has it really got a nut in it? I better keep away from that just to be on the safe side. So anyway, I'm going to bite into this walnut whip. And to be fair, they're bloody nice, aren't they? Yeah. Really nice. But I always tend to find with Nestle chocolate, it always seems to be a bit harsh on the throat. It seems to be a bit too strong, too bitter. It's melted all over my fingers. Excuse me, folks, for licking my fingers. Yeah, it always seems to be a little bit bitter kind of taste. It's nice, but you can't eat too much of it, as I find. But yeah, that was all right. That was okay. That was your standard walnut whip, a lot smaller, and without the nut. So I'm going to move on to the Whip Delicious Caramel. You see, they should do the option with the walnut on it. See, this is what I can't understand with these companies. It's like the Kellogg's did, the cornflakes of the day. They've taken the option away from the consumer. They're treating us all like bloody kids. And it's not on. The governments are out there telling us this and that and doing this and don't do that and don't drive your car here and don't do that and our country is a very small country compared to the world, some other places, and we're being told what to do and we have to lead by example. Well, no, sod it. No. Anyway, I'm now on to the, what have I got? Delicious Caramel. It's the same size as the last one. The chocolate looks a bit more lighter, looks a bit more milkier. So here we go. Yeah, that tastes of caramel. You can see the caramel mousse inside. And it is very nice. Yeah, you stick your tongue in there, don't you? You stick your tongue in there, give it a good licking out, and then eat the chocolate after you licked and sucked all the cream out. Yeah, very nice. That's nice as well. So, apart from that, Stroop, chocolate and a half stick around your teeth. Right, I've done. I bet that. Right, so let's just read a few things on the back of the cardboard, on the cardboard packaging. It's got all the normal gubbins. Know your servings. 1 whip equals 1 serving. Really. You can contact Nestle. It's got all the stuff in it. It's got milk, sugar, dried whole milk, cocoa butter, all that kind of stuff. Dried egg white, plain caramel. Words that I can't even attempt to read out. And there again, right now, so they've probably taken the nut off. Now, there's got to be a couple of reasons why they've taken the nut off. I've heard in the news or in somewhere, it's logged into my head, that there's a shortage of nuts, walnuts. It's the crop harvest is not that good or something. There's something wrong with. I bought some new glasses, folks, from Bargains. Pound for me glasses. I've done that because I'm going to sit on them one day. There's no point in spending a fortune. I'm going to have to go to somewhere and get some anyway. And I'm sure I've read somewhere or heard somewhere that the walnut is in a declining state because of the harvest or the trees or something like that. They're probably knocking them down and building a bloody Morrison's on them, or a Tesco's, or a new Lidl or Aldi, or massive flats for the rich people. And anyway, so there's either that reason or the allergy reason. If it's the allergy reason, I've just read through here, at the bottom it says, may contain nuts and tree nuts. Why don't these companies just come out and tell us? I mean, what's going off? I mean, the walnut whip has been around since 1910. You log so much rubbish in your mind. I think you're around in 1910, somewhere around there, 1915 or something with a 5 in it. So either 1905 or 1910 or 1915, some kind of divided by 5. By Duncan's of, I don't know. It ain't, I should have looked that up and all. But anyway, they've been around over 100 years and now they're being messed about with. And I don't know, it ain't on. It ain't on at all. They're very nice. They are nice. I tell you what, people, if you do see them, do buy them because they are nice. And I think what the best thing to do is go to the If you get them in from Tesco's or somewhere like that, they've got around in the fruit and veg bit, they've got like a bag of walnuts, ain't they? I think what I would do if I was you, and I might do if it's me, is if you want some of these, go and get yourself a bag of walnuts, stick 2 fingers up to Nestle and say, ha! Stick a bit of glucose on the top or something, or jam, stick it on the top, take a picture and tweet it to them. And tell them, how's this for a bag of nuts? Ladies.